Texas Tech is rich. Like, there's rich, and then there's Texas Tech right now in college football and college basketball. From adding one of the best transfers in the transfer portal out of Stanford to JT Toppin coming back, if there is one thing we've learned about the Red Raiders, it's that word, that phrase, that thing they have called the Matador Club is going to take them to new heights in the Big 12 Conference and new heights in college basketball and college football. What you have to understand about Texas Tech is they are, and this might upset some Texas Tech fans, but kind of that 8-4 is what you're used to in football a lot of years. Basketball has gotten much better. They've been really good under multiple head coaches in tumultuous situations. Chris Beard leaves to go to a different conference, Big 12 conference school at the time in Texas. Then Mark Adams steps up. Turns out his wife, it's complicated. His brother died, so his wife became his brother's wife, and everybody's like, that's a little weird. And then some more stuff went down. We decided Mark Adams, not a nice guy. The Grant McCaslin, who had great success at Texas Tech, was at Baylor as an assistant, steps up and becomes the head coach of the basketball team at the university. How about the guy, Joey McGuire, the football coach? Like, we talk about blue collar, pull yourself up by the bootstraps and make things work. Texas Tech embodies that, as rich as they are. And I'll explain the whole richness in a second. They embody that in who they've hired as their head coaches. McGuire was like the associate head coach at Baylor, had never been a head coach in college football, had not been a major coordinator in college football. He was just the associate head coach, the guy who led all the recruiting. And Texas Tech is like, well, he's nice and cool and stuff. Maybe we'll take a chance on him. Legitimately, it was a chance. Yes. Great high school head coach. Yes, great recruiter. But could he be an actual head coach at the Power 5 level? I'm not sure anyone knew the answer of that or if the answer to that to be yes. And Texas Tech said, we'll take him. And now donors love the guy. College basketball. Grant McCaslin had been an assistant at a high level, had coached at Arkansas State, went to North Texas, went to a couple of NCAA tournaments. But could you promise that guy who had never been a power level head coach, like Kelvin Sampson was a power level head coach. Houston was hiring a coach that they knew could win. You didn't necessarily know that about Grant McCaslin in a conference like the Big 12. To ask him to take over for the guy who married his dead brother's wife, can you come in and like damage control this situation? And then he does. And when he does, he's revolutionary. You have two blue collar head coaches. And what you did with those blue collar head coaches is said, hey, we'll kind of unload the Brink truck. We'll kind of give you all the money that you want in college basketball. The Matador Club tweets, you see the momentum, you see the wins, you see what you're building. So why wait? The time is now. Join the team that's changing the game. The Matador Club. Now, the Matador Club is their version of the Royal Blue Collective of BYU and GXG or whatever it is at Baylor. Every university, it seems like, now has this fun acronym or name for what they're doing in NIL. And for Texas Tech, the Matador Club is built steep in old-timey oil money. They decided, it's the toughest part about Texas Tech, they decided, hey, we now understand in a better sense, we're in Lubbock. And I don't know if you've been to Lubbock. No offense, because I grew up in Valonia, Arkansas. That's where I'm sitting right now as I record this. It's kind of the middle of nowhere. There's not a lot going on. I love it that way. I personally prefer that. I've been to the airport in Lubbock. There's one like country restaurant. They play insanely good, like George Jones or Sleep at the Wheel music, or they have Robert Earl Keen on in there. I like Lubbock. Your average point guard probably not going to step foot in Lubbock and be like, you know what? Yeah, that's going to be a fun college experience. You have to bring in, and then the same goes for Waco. The same goes for Provo, Utah, for a lot of players who don't want to follow the honor code. The same goes for a few of these Big 12 schools or Ames, Iowa. But what Texas Tech does, they say, hey, now we understand we're at a disadvantage because we're not in Dallas. We're at a disadvantage because West Texas, if we only got to recruit kids from around the Lubbock area, this wouldn't go very well. I mean, Texas is known for basketball. It's known for football. But a starting 5 from Lubbock, a starting 11 from Lubbock, they're not going to win. So donors understood. The starting 5 from Dallas, 11 from Dallas or Houston or even Austin now or San Antonio, they got a fighter's chance. Lubbock, no. So donors decided, hey, if we're not a destination place, if we're not a destination university, but there's oil in them hills. Oh, well, there's very few hills. There's oil in that ground. Let's take that oil out and give it to the university and see Texas Tech win. Because prior to this, you struggle to understand how a university in Texas could not win at a high level consistently in football and basketball. For me, it's easy. Lived in the state for 5 years. Quickly understood, it's because Lubbock is kind of separated from the athleticism of Dallas, from the athleticism and the hustle and bustle of Houston. It's just kind of on its own island, and it's inconvenient to get to. Hey, you want your grandma to see you play every game and you live in Frisco? Probably not going to Texas Tech. Probably going to SMU or TCU, maybe Baylor. So you're already at a disadvantage if you're the athletic department in Kirby Hocutt. So the Matador Club says the best way to fix that, the best way to do it is to say, JT Toppin, how does $4 million sound? Yves Missi, who plays for the Pelicans, is making like $2.5 million. He got drafted to the NBA. And JT Toppin, for staying at Texas Tech instead of being drafted 27th overall, will make more money than Yegor Demon, who's leaving BYU to go to the NBA draft and will likely be drafted 27th overall. What would you do? The Matador Club said it's done. We're tired of being the school in Texas that just couldn't pull its weight. That was in a power conference but was always kind of mediocre. If we spend the money and we have coaches that don't allow money to corrupt themselves. Hello, Jimbo Fisher. Hello, coaches that go to a major power level. Hello, Matt Rule to the NFL. Nick Saban to the NFL. That when the big dollars are there, they kind of fall apart. They can't meet the expectation. We don't want those guys. We want Joey McGuire, the coach from Cedar Hill. We want Grant McCaslin, who was a longtime assistant at Baylor and had to go coach at Arkansas State. Those are the guys we want. So when we do give them millions of dollars and a key to a Porsche, they understand its value and they drive it carefully right to a national championship. BYU has the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Utah has recent football success. Orlando has Disney World for UCF. Cincinnati has blue-collar fans that will give. Fort Worth, TCU. There are places, and Houston is in Houston. There are places in the Big 12 that will dole out large sums of money to compete. But Texas Tech, they're doing it differently. They're giving more. Patrick Mahomes is committed to winning, and that university is going to keep winning as long as the Matador Club is supplying them with dollars. And in this era of college football, gosh dang it, man. Good for you. Like, go win. If that's what you want to do is win, pay for it. If you've got the money, pay for it. No one should be upset or mad at Texas Tech or mad at BYU or mad at Baylor for doling out insane amounts of money in NIL, because that's just, it is what it's giving you is wins in football, which is always going to be good if you're a fan. Winning is fun. So there it is. This has been It Always Will Be. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Locked On. I keep doing that wrong. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.